it's like a kind of a nostalgic, of course, feelings, but their daily life is happening suddenly, and suddenly the commercial things is happening. So it's like the touch of the life of the city. Several times I stayed the that kind of a area, like a hotel renovated from the Hutong. So I got an impression of the beautiful the roof and the courtyard and the quiet atmosphere. But this time you have an underground area as an exhibition space. So that's something really new for me. And how to integrate the beautiful courtyard and the underground area was the really exciting challenge, I think. So that was the starting point. Finally, we brought the floating trees in the middle of the courtyard, which is floating on the glass floor to make visual connections between the underground and the courtyard. That was kind of the challenge to bring the artificial nature in the middle of the courtyard to create the harmony with the old things and the new nature. And the glass floor is completely contemporary, so it is also have the beautiful harmony with the old style roof and really contemporary flat surface. If you come inside of the courtyard, it's really, how to say, classic style Hutong courtyard with trees, beautiful trees in a really calm way. But then suddenly you look down and you find out the hidden place underground. So that kind of a beautiful encounter is quite important, because to make the contemporary art underground and the old style buildings, it is surprising combinations. So for art, I think such a beautiful relationship of the traditional things and the really contemporary things is really exciting, especially in the middle of the city of Beijing. Many trees. Then between trees, you could find the varieties of the different scales. So it has rich diversities of the areas. And then it has the different light conditions, and there is no walls in the forest. But you will feel the boundaries, really soft boundaries of the area. It's quite exciting, because the public space openness to allow people to do as they like, to make that kind of a open public space is one of the, how to say, really contemporary, exciting point of architecture. And sometimes it's quite important to make such kind of connections of the art and daily life, or art and the city, because usually the art museum is more like a, how to say, too formal and then not so open to our life. So in this case, I think the courtyard itself is a nice interface to make the art and public connections. Even the private houses or some special medical facilities, it is the public space because it's designed for the people. And it is providing the choices for the people to choose as they like. So it's like a really democratic in a sense. We have a choices, and then they could choose according to their different, different situations. They could choose as they like. And it's like a communications and conversations and interactions between the space and the people's life. So every time I design architecture, I like to create that kind of the varieties or diversities of the potential of the space, where people can find their own something and then starts to make interactions. If you can provide such a varieties of the qualities of the spaces, characters of the spaces, then people choose the space fitting to their feelings or fitting to their conditions as they like. Actually, I'm not really sure architecture could solve specific problems, because anyway, architecture is architecture, and people could use architecture in a several different ways. So it is quite dangerous and difficult to think about architecture can solve some problems. Of course, I like to trust architecture. If we can make the really open-minded architecture, then people start to enjoy more and more. And then when people start to enjoy more and more, then I believe the relationship between the people or relationship of the whole society is getting better. So in that big meanings, I like to trust the power of architecture to open the people's mind more and more. For architects, the public good, it is for us to provide the open mind public spaces with the diversities and varieties of the people's behaviors. That's the things we can